Morning. George Heller, West 80 South Poles. Friday, February 9th. Just come out to feed them some hay this morning. Check out how they're doing. It was like 40 some degrees and raining yesterday all day. And today it's like 25 degrees out or something, 20 degrees. And it snowed a little overnight. And I moved them back over to the east side of the trees here, of this big windbreak here. We were on the other side of that, on the home 80. Well, not the home 80, I guess the main 80. Over on the other side there yesterday and all week while it was wet. It's been 40 degrees and wet all week, and we've been just unrolling the hay to feed them. I've even been skipping a couple days actually because it's been so nice. The requirements haven't been quite as high. I'm not seeing any mud on them, like even right down to their toes. There's a little bit of manure, from stepping in the manure. You can't avoid that. I mean, they're right there. But I mean, right down to their hooves. Look at that, clean. You know what that does for them? That keeps them warm. That's warm fur down all the way down to their hooves. See? Clean. There's a little manure here and there on them, from being so close to each other, sleeping and stuff. That's to be expected. And then, on their knees, a little bit on her knees. She's got a little bit from kneeling down. The sheep, look at that ram, is spotless. So I guess that's another great benefit of unrolling the hay. This guy looks like he found some manure and laid down in it a little bit. But I mean, that's just there. That's just a little bit of manure. Look at the rest of his leg. It's clean. All the way down to his hooves. Clean. They're all clean, real clean. Look at her. That's how they stay warm. You keep them clean and dry. So the alternative to this is, well, there's a couple alternatives. Is you could put them up in a lot and feed them in a lot all winter, and everybody knows what that looks like. Mud up to their ankles. Up to their knees, I guess I should say. Or, there is bale grazing. You could bale graze. But I'm guessing over these past few weeks that it's been 40 degrees and warm, and the frost has been coming out of the ground in the middle of winter. It's been kind of weird. I'm guessing they'd have a little bit of mud on them from standing around them bales. Not to mention the lack of the ability of the sheep to get to the hay. They'd really be struggling, I think. They'd be getting really dirty, getting pushed down in the mud. But from an animal performance standpoint, I'm not spending any of this hay keeping these animals warm more than I need to. They're not spending any extra energy trying to stay warm because their fur isn't able to insulate them. All their fur is doing the job. None of it is matted down or wet. And that's a big deal. That's a real big deal. It keeps them healthy. And we've just had I don't know, 20, 30 degree temperature swing. And They just come right through it. And these sheep, well, their legs are clean right down to the feet. There's no mud on any of these sheep. They're all nice and clean. Everybody's clean, nice and clean. So I guess for me that's a big deal, and it's also a big deal to be doing this. We're putting down a ton of fertility out here. I mean, you can't really see it too well now, but you can kind of see where it's been rolled out along there. We're putting down a ton of fertility out here and a ton of carbon. And everything that I've been hearing is fertility and carbon is what grows grass. So, along with moisture, of course, we know that moisture is absolutely needed. So, but I think Chad enjoys no mud, right, Chad? You enjoy them no mud. You're all clean too. You don't have to go no mud. I got a little bit of, tiny bit of mud up in the hay yard. But I'm not making any mud out here either, because that's what I'm using to feed hay. I'm using a little tiny, I call it a side-by-side. It's about the same size as one of them side-by-sides you can buy. Except for it's got a heated cab and all that, and you can take it right down the road and right to town. And I'm pulling this Greg Judy baling roller. And I don't make any ruts at all. Here and there where it's real soft, yeah, I'll make a rut. But for the most part, no, I'm not making a rut. I don't really even have that wide of tires on here. This thing right here, right there, that's the key to success for us out here on this, for what we're trying to do. We got, decent tires on there to make it through the snow and stuff, but yeah, cheap. I got a tracked one too, and I got less into that track one than you can buy a side-by-side for. So, just different tools to do different things. But yeah, I just wanted to show everybody an advantage of unrolling hay and why I do it. Another reason why I do it and how it can benefit everything. Benefits the cattle, benefits your feed consumption, benefits the ground because you're not pugging it up. You get faster recovery on the areas that you feed on. You don't have to wait a season for the succession plants to come in and let the nutrient cycle. They cycle quicker this way, I believe. I'm probably going to catch some flack for saying that, but I think this is a little more on the natural cycle. It mimics this trampling a lot better than a bale grazing scenario. It's putting the carbon right on the ground where the worms and microbes can take it up and utilize it and absorb it, and in turn improve the growing capacity of the ground. So, all right, everybody, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.